If you have kids in Reno like I do, you're probably always on the hunt for ways to entertain them and keep them busy when they're not in school, or maybe they haven't entered school yet, or maybe they're being homeschooled and you are interested in some experiential learning. So don't worry, I've got you covered. I'm going to give you a whole list of places. If you would like this in a free PDF guide, just let me know. I will email you, so you can drop me a comment with your email address below, or you could leave me a comment and I'll send you a personal message and we can communicate that way. But I'll send this all to you as a free guide. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. So let's start with some really great attractions for kids. Coming in at number 1 is the National Automobile Museum. We're so lucky to have this treasure in Reno, and I'm really not even a car person. It's just really cool. I don't even follow cars. I couldn't tell you a single thing other than like whether or not it drives, but we have Harrah's historic collection, and I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It's room after room after room of these mint condition classic cars. They are absolutely incredible, and even if your kids aren't that into cars, boys, girls, does not matter, they will love it. It's really cool, and they even have this little photo op area where you can put on classic costumes and get in a classic car and take pictures. I know my daughter really enjoyed that, so check it out. Next up is Animal Ark. This is in the North Valleys, and it is really cool. You can see all kinds of exotic animals, but what I really love about this is that it is a refuge and sanctuary for wildlife. So it's not like you have to feel guilty like when you take people or your kids to the zoo and you're kind of like, oh, we shouldn't be doing this, but the kids are bored. Like, it's not like that. This place is actually rescuing and helping to heal these animals and providing them a really safe and really lovely place to live. Plus, you get to go check them out and you can see all different kinds of animals. My third recommendation is the Terry Lee Wells Discovery Museum. There's all kinds of stuff. There's several floors of attractions here, but what I love the most and what my kids love the most is on the bottom floor, they have this whole exhibit of the Truckee River. So you can make little, I don't know what you call it. They have like little boats and you can kind of manipulate the current of the water and have things kind of float down the Truckee River. And then in the middle and above all of that is this crazy jungle gym contraption that kids can climb on. It's kind of like an indoor playground, which is really cool, especially in those colder winter months. Another cool attraction in Reno for kids is the Wilbur D. May Museum. This is over in Rancho San Rafael. This has plenty of exhibits on natural history, cultural history, and art, as well as a botanical garden. And also, if you're over in that area, there's a playground, actually multiple playgrounds that your kids can rip around on, which will help to wear them out. And as a parent, I know that's always a big plus when you can finally let them rest and maybe get some work done or have some time for yourself. Another great Reno attraction is Idlewild Park. Obviously, this is where we do Food Truck Fridays, and they have all kinds of summer events, and the farmers market happens there, which is awesome. They have a really cool playground with these permanent like metal zip line things. You hang on and you can fly on them. I may or may not have played on them myself a few times, but they're really fun. There's lots of cool features in that playground, and there's also a beautiful rose garden, lots of ponds, and there is a community pool there. So in the summertime, if you need a place to cool off that's not crazy like the water park, you can go swim at the pool. Another cool amenity that we have in our city for kids is the Fleischmann Planetarium. This is on the UNR campus. I actually chaperoned my daughter's school field trip here last year, and it was super cool. They play this whole video about these characters exploring space, but it's very educational, and all of the kids in her class were just shocked at how cool it was to see all the lights on the ceiling and all the projections in the dome. So highly recommend that if you want to have a cool educational experience for your kiddos. That was all stuff in Reno. Now let's talk about Sparks. I love taking my kids to the Sparks Marina. There's like a walking, biking trail that goes all the way around it. It's super dog friendly. You can bring bikes, you can bring roller skates, whatever you have to kind of enjoy, or just walking is fine. There is a dog park on one side and then a playground on the other side. And if you walk from kind of the playground side to the exact opposite end, you will end up at the Legends shopping complex, which is all outlets. There's a new casino there, Legends Bay. There's a movie theater there. Shields is there, which is like outdoor recreation department store, but they have a Ferris wheel inside that kids can ride for, I think, it's either 50 cents or $1. It's really cheap, but they can ride, and my kids love that. You could grab some food over there. You could really make a whole day out of hanging out at the marina. Let's talk about some Carson City attractions. The Nevada State Railroad Museum. Kids who love trains especially are gonna flip out over this. It's really cool. You're able to see some historic locomotives and also ride a historic train, which is really cool. Nevada State Museum is also in Carson City. This is really interesting if you like history and you like kind of natural artifacts. Your kids might get a kick out of some of the exhibits there. I highly recommend taking them. You could also take them on a tour of the state capitol building. Obviously, depending on their age, that may or may not be an ideal excursion, but if they are learning about politics and history, that might be something worth showing them. It's also just a beautiful building with a big, beautiful yard out front that's nice for, you know, picnicking if you wanted to grab lunch somewhere downtown and bring it to go and just sit outside and eat in the summertime. That's a really nice place to do that. I know that during these winter months, they have a really spectacular Christmas light exhibition in that area, and it's pretty magical just to walk through. So that's another thing that you could do as the sun sets in the winter with kids. There's a whole lot more that I have for you, so just let me know if you want that PDF copy. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like and that subscribe button. I put out new videos every single week about the Northern Nevada lifestyle, the Reno Sparks housing market. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your week.